So tell me, what are some of the motivating tips you might have for us to get back at exercising?
I think a motivational tip for we're getting some warmer days coming up.
Yeah.
We want
Hopefully.
want to plan some fun activities. I recommend having a good grill with good healthy food. There's some great marinated fish ideas. You can grill fish and grill vegetables. Have a party at your house. Get outside. Feel nature, as you say. Another tip is create a new. If you're a jogger or you're a walker, I think fitness walking is the most popular fitness event in America. There's actually 100 million people that do some form of walking throughout the year.
For all ages.
For all ages, correct. It's number one. Make that a little bit more of an exercise. And I think people get bored with their routines.
Yeah.
Go to your neighbor's, your friend's neighborhood and try a new walking path or jogging path. Jumpstart yourself a little bit. You're gonna, of course, go save time of day and wear appropriate clothing if you're gonna do it at night. But do it with a friend, and it'd be a nice bonding support as well to do it with a friend as well.
Always, support system is very important.
Definitely.
So what is the amount of exercising that we need weekly?
Well, the sad thing is that Americans are caving in on these recommendations. The American Heart Association recommended years ago 30 minutes a day, 20 to 30 minutes a day, 3 times a week.
3 times, not 5. I heard
3
5.
times.
Okay.
Now, it's better to do it 6 times a week.
Do it if you can.
No, it's better to do it every day.
Yeah.
Both for your heart and lungs.
Yeah.
And it's aerobic exercise. Getting to that level actually reshapes your heart, the collateral blood supply and your heart, and makes your heart and lungs more efficient. There's certain biological, physical changes that happen when you get aerobic exercise. The problem with a lot of fitness trends in America right now is we're caving in. I haven't got a major problem with yoga. Yoga is great for focus and flexibility, but they're not necessarily aerobic routines.
No, but it has some other positive aspect to it.
Wonderful aspect. And some yoga is aerobic. But if you do yoga, I would recommend doing an additional aerobic exercise.
Yeah.
And maybe pairing it up with your yoga routine.
Which is not Bikram yoga, because then some people, I think, mix it all,
Right.
like sweating a lot, doing yoga and cardio. That's very different.
There's a bit of controversy, but Bikram yoga is not aerobic. You're going to get your heart rate up because you dehydrate yourself. That'll get your heart rate up. I would pick another one where you're moving your arms and your legs, whatever you do, to run, bike, swim, that's better. 30 minutes a day, 3 times a week. There's not only physical benefits, there's proven mental benefits to fight stress, anxiety, and depression.
And then I've noticed also when we do some more strength training, which I think is also important, that when you reach a certain level, then it's kind of like there's some, is it endorphins that are running through your body? Like this is awesome,
yes.
pleasant, peaceful. What is that? Tell me about that. What's actually happening to the body in that moment?
I think that maybe not on every exercise. When I jog, I'm a big jogger.
Okay.
I will get to a point, mostly at a vigorous exercise level, when I get more endorphins flowing. A few things happen. I come from work, I put my workout clothes in my car, and I come from the hospital, and I go straight to the gym. I still have things in my head about my patients and things, like I want to try to get it all out.
Yeah.
So I go for a jog, and it takes about 10 minutes into my jog, and then the days that I do more vigorous, then it's really flowing when I start forgetting about and really forget about your other stuff. That time's your time.
Yeah.
That's for your body. Just a little statistic. The American Heart Association recommends every hour you spend exercising increases your life by 3 hours.
Wow.
And how it does that is it decreases your risk factors, the diabetes, hypertension, and cholesterol, and maintains cholesterol levels to decrease the risk factors for heart attack and stroke, which is #1 cause of death in America. So it'll extend your life, and it'll decrease the morbidity or the bad injury things that happen to your body.
That's a good motivation.
Yes. Remember that statistic. Every
Wonderful.
hour you spend exercise increases your life by 3 hours.
Wow. And other than that, the me time that you just mentioned is really important.
Yes.
Tell me about the breathing, like breathing techniques, taking the time to breathe or
Yes.
meditate could be considered as breathing, I guess. Tell me a little bit about that. How can we incorporate that in our daily lives to be more centered, grounded, and juicier?
Okay, great. It's a really good you asked that, because how to find me time, people might think. I told one of my colleagues, she's a social worker at the hospital, said, if you want to try to get done by 4:30 and say at the beginning of the day I'm going to be done by 4:30 instead of I'm done at 5:30, you will be more efficient to get done at 4:30. Say yourself, set a schedule that I want to get done, and use that extra hour for exercise. Build it into your week, into your day. And she said, you told me it 4 years ago, it helped, change my life. Thank you. Deep breathing can be done, at your desk. You can take a 5 minute to reset yourself. Deep breathing is a wonderful way to control stress.
How do you do that?
Well, few things you want to have in your environment to do deep breathing. You want it to be quiet.
Okay. Private?
Private, yes. And it's a form of meditation. And I recommend doing it together, and a quiet environment is required for meditation. A comfortable pose. You can have music going on. There's some nice websites that have images for meditation that you can do while you're doing your deep breathing. Meditation.com learningmeditation.com has a nice site. There's several other sites that
YouTube has also wonderful videos on meditation.
Wonderful.
And then also really having your feet grounded. I heard that was very important, like on the floor.
Grounded. There's certain chants you can do, with deep breathing. I have a yoga professional that is wonderful. He says that chanting is really important for redirecting your energy. You can look at it for resetting yourself.
Yeah.
5 minutes during the day, it's all you need.
Like a computer.
Right.
Reboot.
And just like a lot of things, the more you do it, the better you get at it, the more efficient you get at deep breathing, your body gets more efficient. When you're breathing deep, you're resetting some things, in your mind and your body, and you're connecting yourself a little bit more with your body and mind.
And I think what's important to mention is that when you're in meditation and you do, for example, silent meditation, you abstract those thoughts and you put them on the side, and you really just focus on your breathing. And that, over time, that does something exceptional to our mind frame and the way we see life.
The aspect of meditation is to get rid of all the clutter outside and just focus on relaxing and resetting yourself.
Mm-hmm. And I heard also, and you mentioned it in your book, that laughing is really important.
Yes.
Why is that?
We interviewed a laughing leader. There's a laughing leader that teaches people how to laugh. It is very therapeutic. 2 hours of laughing. And that could be a comedy movie. You're sitting there enjoying a comedy, or just a friend who's a comic, being with them, or whatever you do to laugh. It shows 2 hours of laughing is equivalent to 8 hours of restful sleep. It really calms you, and the actual physical aspect of laughing. The one laughter leader interviewed some uptight suburban people in a program I worked on, and it was just really funny how he showed people how to belly laugh. And some people had it real hard. He says, look at your credit card list. He says, laugh at this. Laugh at your credit card. Go ahead. Ha! Laugh. And he taught people how to do that.
Wow. That's great. Great. Well, thank you, Dominique. It was a pleasure to have you. We have learned so much, and I'm so excited to have had you as a guest in my juicy life. If you want more information about Dominique Gaziano and his book, please visit www.liveajuicylife.com. Register to our newsletter, and we'll keep you informed of our future guests. One of our guests this week and this month will be Karine. She's a raw food expert and chef, and she's going to give us all the tips about raw food. We're also going to have Marla. She's the author of Excuse Me, Your Soulmate is Waiting. So for you singles out there, this is going to be a great show. Love you guys. Hope to see you soon. Bye.